The intrusion detection, intrusion prevention systems on the network are constantly gathering data. The network administrator has several tools in the arsenal to manage all the data: generating via intrusion detection, intrusion prevention systems, reporting using the security device event exchange format, gathering via syslog, and analysis via SIM technology. When an attack signature is triggered, the intrusion detection system will generate an alarm. Alarms are stored on the sensor and can be examined locally or through an application, such as IPS Manager Express. After an attack signature fires, the device can send a syslog message using the security device event exchange format. SD is a protocol that outlines the format of messages sent between security devices and security monitoring systems. An SD system alarm message uses this format. To log events, you can use syslog, which is a standard for logging events in Unix-like systems. You can use a syslog server to collect all the logs in a central location. To analyze the data, the network administrator can use SIM technology, which integrates into the overall architecture of the network and collects, correlates, and acts on security event information. A SIM system provides consolidated security event management, continuous monitoring, trend awareness, and auditing. Normalization of event and log information it gathers from many sources and does data mapping to integrate into the SIM system. Correlation of events, which gives historic or real-time data perspective and conducts data analysis based on a set of rules. SIM technology provides the network administrator a complete view of an organization and all possible network attack points. We must keep in mind, however, although there are many tools for reporting, gathering, and analyzing, sometimes it takes human intervention to make a decision on whether the threat is real or not. The network administrator has several tools to manage all the data intrusion detection, intrusion prevention systems generate. That includes reporting via SD, gathering using syslog, and analysis via SIM technology. You can use the syslog server to collect all the logs in a central location. I'll demonstrate how to configure the syslog server in Cisco Packet Tracer. First, we'll go into the server and take a look at the services and select syslog. We'll turn it on and we'll close that. Next, I'll go to the router and let's go into config. And I'll issue the command to specify the syslog server address. And then we'll issue the command logging trap debugging. This will specify the type of log and the category. Exit out of that, and now we'll use debug IP ICMP, so we'll enable debugging for ICMP. Okay, now let's ping the server to generate some traffic. Ping 192.168.40.110. All right, let's take a look. We'll go into the syslog services, and as you can see, it's logged the events. So you can use the syslog server to collect all the logs in a central location. You could do this too in Packet Tracer by setting up a simple network. In addition to classic signature and heuristic-based intrusion detection, another way to use intrusion detection is to implement a honeypot-based detection. A honeypot is a system to set up and lure a would-be attacker with a goal of observing their behavior and attack methods to better protect the network by distracting attackers from hitting the real target, or to gather forensic evidence required to aid in the apprehension or prosecution of intruders. Placement of a honeypot depends on your objectives. It could be inside the LAN, outside the network boundary, or in the DMZ as a tasty treat for a would-be attacker. When using a honeypot as part of an intrusion detection system, keep in mind the main focus is on gathering information. Once an intruder breaks into a system, many times they'll come back for subsequent visits where more information can be monitored and saved. Make sure you defend the internal network, because even though this is a fake system, they're essentially in your network. Some of the honeypot goals include: keep the system as generic as possible. If you soup up the system too much, an attacker may disconnect. Put interesting data in the system to appear as if they hit a valuable target. By staging different types of vulnerabilities in the honeypot, administrators can analyze incoming types of attacks and malicious traffic patterns. They can then use this analysis to tune their sensor signatures to detect new types of malicious network traffic. Too many traps might inspire the hacker community, so be careful. There are blogs out there that share information on honeypots and honeynets. I'm here at this website where we can see a little bit of information gleaned about going in and examining a honeypot. I'll just scroll down here. We can see some stats found at most commonly guessed password and most common user ID. Of course, those are the ones we'd want to avoid using on our system. Many times, if you get an out-of-the-box honeypot, it may contain logging capabilities. Use the log. From there we can glean some information, such as if it's a human or automated system or malware. A human's going to be slow, have misspellings, and directed commands using previously gained knowledge from the targeted network. Automated will be fast, no misspellings, more of a shotgun approach, trying everything. Gather some information such as: where is the attacker? What is their target? What is the operating system they target? And what are the vulnerabilities? What could be their ultimate goal? Vandalism? Theft of information? You can get a lot of information from a honeypot. Antivirus and other security vendors use honeypots for research. I'm here at the HoneyNet project, where you can see information about honeypots and some fun information such as challenges that are posed. You can go in and examine one of these. It tells you about the challenge and some of the outcome, so that you can learn more about honeypots and honeynets. Network administrators use honeypots to lure would-be attackers to analyze their behavior so that they can tune their sensor signatures to detect malicious activity and better defend their network. In the real world, intrusion detection is used in many forms. One is the Department of Homeland Security's Einstein system. The Einstein system is comprised of Einstein 1, Einstein 2, and Einstein 3A. The Einstein system actively monitors the traffic for threats. The United States government is constantly at risk for many types of attack, including denial of service attacks, malware, unauthorized access, and active scanning and probing. The Einstein systems have an active role in federal government cybersecurity. The system uses widely available commercial technology and protects perimeter defenses to federal civilian executive branch agencies that include Agriculture, Homeland Security, and Treasury. The Einstein system's two main functions are to observe and report possible cyber threats and detect and block attacks from compromising federal agencies. The Einstein systems provide the situational awareness necessary to take a proactive approach against an active attack. The intelligence gathered helps agencies to defend against ongoing threats and records the data flow in case of an attack to conduct a forensic evaluation. Currently, there are 3 threat monitoring systems in the Einstein family. Einstein 1 and Einstein 2 act like an intrusion detection system. The first iteration is Einstein 1, which monitors and records NetFlow traffic for potentially malicious activity. Einstein 2 uses a signature-based sensor grid that detects suspicious traffic and sets off an alarm. Einstein 3A uses a watch list to actively block threats. Einstein is like the intrusion detection intrusion prevention system used on corporate networks, but like those devices on the corporate networks, it cannot defend against all threats. However, it's an important component in providing defense in depth and managing the potential risk of cyber attacks. The Einstein system observes and reports possible cyber threats and blocks attacks from compromising federal agencies.